hockey players that almost quit before they went pro. Back in the late 1970s, there was a teenager named Chris Chelios who loved hockey more than anything. He grew up in Chicago, and when his family moved to San Diego, the sport became almost impossible to pursue. So instead of practicing on the rink, Chelios started living the California lifestyle while he hung out at the beach and surfed with friends. But then, when he tried to chase his hockey dream in Canada, things fell apart quickly. You see, Chelios traveled north hoping to make it with a junior team. However, he was cut from multiple squads and ended up stranded at a bus station in Detroit without money to get home. So he had to borrow cash from strangers just to make it back to San Diego. When he returned, he tried out for a college program at United States International University, yet once again, he was rejected. But that still was not the lowest point of his journey. The thing is, after being cut again, Chelios spent several months away from hockey as he surfed, cliff jumped, and raced motorbikes instead of touching a stick. At this point, he had all but given up on the idea of ever going pro. But one random day at the beach, a conversation would change his entire future. As it turns out, Chelios ran into another player named Bobby Parker, who gave him the phone number of a coach in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. After hesitating, Chelios finally called from a payphone and convinced the coach to give him a shot as a defenseman, even though he had never played the position before. So against all odds, he adapted immediately, scored on his very first shift, and suddenly looked like a natural. But his story was only just beginning. What I mean is that Chelios worked harder than ever, developing into one of the toughest and most reliable players in the game. So he went from Moose Jaw to the University of Wisconsin, then to the Montreal Canadiens, where he won his first Stanley Cup. From there, he built a career that lasted over 26 seasons, earned 3 Norris trophies, 3 Stanley Cups, and 10 All-Star selections.